It's Week 12 of the National Football League, and we'll see Geno Smith. He's coming off a solid week, 300 passing yards on the dot. It's the Seahawks and the Packers, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's second down. You look at this Packers defense. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their...
And right away, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. Does the big boy have the juice? And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready.
There he goes, right side. Still going. He's on his way. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ken Walker, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. This taken in right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, there's a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead. Make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
That's good for our Green Bay Packers.
Love. Eluding the pressure right. Looking deep here for Dobbs. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Romeo Dobbs is intended receiver, but it'll be second down. When you talk about this Seahawks defense, they are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Willis now off play action. He'll buy some time right. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now Willis. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And it's a Packers touchdown. Romeo Dobbs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
Are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that's going to bring up second down. Geno now to throw, and his throw is going to be incomplete. Those defense for the Packers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hardly throw the ball downfield, but all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you. 1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 10 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does. They want to make sure they get him there.
And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawks football 1st and 10. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Throwing now is Geno. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 90 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Now Smith. Throw left side complete. That's Russell. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now it's Smith. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check it out.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. This to Jacobs on the toss right. Showed some strong running, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Back to throw, Willis. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now it's Lockett. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. On 1st down, it's Smith. And his throw here is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
But so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. Hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. Returnable for Lockett. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 94 yards rushing. Tough to stop here this 1st half. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Smith. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
The coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down. Dime defense, blanketing the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards, 1st down Packers. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 14-7. the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Willis will look to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Now Geno on 1st down. As it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. Quick throw there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Help me out here. Because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well. So give some credit to the defense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the 1st down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking 1st down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a 1st down.
Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Here's Jacobs from the gun. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Smith. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Malik Willis with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Gano the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll be set up in good field position here as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
After the interception, here's Smith. It's caught, Lockett. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Play action. It's Smith. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Smith, and that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play, but so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And it's the Vikings who are out in front. Aaron Jones with a touchdown run. From there, let's get to the Meadowlands to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Panthers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. These two teams going through their final adjustments. It's about time for the second half in Green Bay. So for the call, we go back up to Lambeau and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start. Third quarter. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking deep here for Dobbs. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Here's Walker to start the drive. 97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
To throw is Smith. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And going to books is a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. From the gun, here's Smith. That's to the sideline and incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
That's good for a Green Bay Packer. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he's a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Despite this strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. A 4-receiver set here, 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Caught on the right side, Reed. And it's a Packers touchdown. Jaden Reed, 39 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch out their lead. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. Here come the Seahawks now set to take over on offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. These Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 4. For the year.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal.
Jacobs, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Third down and goal to go.
They'll run it with Jacobs, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Gano the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And out now come the Seahawks. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto, and so the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Back now at Lambeau. 2nd and 10. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Smith's throw caught here by Metcalf. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Smith on 3rd down. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And the Pack. Football back in excellent field position. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Oh, look at the juke. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Lloyd, and he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. Second down and 6 now. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. They'll try to run this one in. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point try good by Gano. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Seattle again getting... Offensively. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On first down, Smith. Over the middle, complete. It's Walker. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Ball right on the 50-yard line, and here's second down and 5. From the 50, it's Smith. It's complete to Lockett. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Seahawks first down.
Throwing now is Geno. Smith and Jigba with the grab. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Second down and 3.
Second and 3 at the Packers' 26-yard line.
Now Smith. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
You're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Piñeiro's extra point up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Taken at the goal line. Escapes the defender. Running room at the 50. Look out. He might score, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Gano for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Smith. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He completes this to Walker. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
Check it. Go.
And they take a knee. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Packers, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.